We are back after a couple of weeks to some Shadows over Loathing. Life kind of got in the way for a while there. Wasn't able to stream this. So that means I don't remember what I'm doing at all. Okay, I'm looking for Charles Wallace in the Big Noise.
Charles Wallace. Why do I know that name?
It was our repair maintenance guy.
Oh, right. Yep.
Gone missing.
The cat ate him.
That baby. Do I have all of my status effects right now? I don't know if it's like the end of the day.
You got meat drops.
Huh? Those are my perks. I'm looking for effects. Here we go. Yes, okay. This does something. Tickle the little tentacle buddy. Alright. Where would I find Charles Wallace? In the Big Noise. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Start chapter 4.
All right.
Clamped. Oh. This is probably fine.
Oh, it's fine.
Notice board. There's a notice. There's a poster from the local tourist bureau advertising something called Mud Henge. Apparently it's the biggest henge in the county. Poster grabs your attention. Tom Chapman inquired largemouth bass and sons. The face of a teenage boy is circled in an attached photograph, a portrait of the boy and his elder male relatives, each holding a largemouth bass proportionate to his own height. There's a similar poster right beneath it. Kathy Tracy inquired largemouth bass and sons. What is going on at largemouth bass and sons? I don't know, and I don't know if I'll get around to finding out. I'll find out.
Poster for Charles.
Okay, well that's it. Want to wander aimlessly through a fetid swamp? You know it.
Oh yeah.
No point in walking out of the swamp when there's a perfectly good bus stop right there.
Perfectly good. Yeah.
All right, we got the Bob submarine, which I remember we had to do a thing for the mafia there. I think.
Right.
But which reminds me, I didn't look at side quest. Rufus was the senior's lab beneath SIT. I forgot about that. Let's go do that before I do sucked into the thing here. Rufus's lab. Some Eldritch Mist. Alright. I think you were Rufus. I forget who was who, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, hello again.
What should I do with these extra fishman eggs?
Well, I can look at them for you. A pinch of fly and some muriatic acid, and they're totally edible.
I don't want to know how you did that. He whips the glistening eggs together with some chemicals and fries them up over a Bunsen burner for you. Ever been to the ocean at low tide? Imagine frying that smell. Well, it's something. So what's the next step? I don't have to go back in the sewers, do I?
Oh no, this is much more straightforward. Well, part of it will be anyway.
That's what I like to hear.
I need some way to broadcast the quantum signal from this fishman pearl over as broad an area as possible. And I figure the most robust transmission network available is the commercial radio band. The nearest broadcast tower is the Radio Shack at WGCR in the Big Moist.
Okay, what do I do there?
Just take this transmitter I've built and plug it into their console. That will transmit a special frequency over the radio. Then I just need a bunch of different test readings so I can adjust the signal for latency, data loss, and so forth.
Uh,
And all you have to do is find as many random radios as you can. Tune into WGCR and use this receiver to test the transmission. At least 10 different radios should be enough. Let's call it 11 just in case.
Gotcha. All right, well, glad I came here first then. Let's stop back over to Big Moist. Should probably do the radio tower first, so that as I'm exploring, I can find the radios.
Right, Radio Shack.
Oh yeah, I forgot this map was on a piece of cheese.
Yeah.
You slog through the swamp and it is interrupted by an unfortunately familiar face.
There you are, dearie. How nice to see you again, although I would have wished for a more festive setting. But I'm afraid this can't wait for the winter snow.
Ah, geez, not you again.
Me again! Dark Noel at your service.
You'd be doing me a service by leaving me alone.
Now, don't be such a Grinch. I have a present for you.
What's a Grinch? Wait, did you say presents?
That's right. Painful retribution for a Yuletide curses. It was very clever of you, hiding an institute. All warm and cozy behind the dean's wards, where I couldn't get to you. But now that you're near the source of our power, it's time for me to deck your halls, if you get my meaning.
I'm just looking for my uncle. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about the dean or your plans or any of those weird dreams or any of it. She lays a finger on the side of her nose and her eyes start to glow red and green. Swell. All right, what do we got here? We got Dark Noel, who's got 57 hit points. Woof. And a bunch of shadowy slabs who are going to absolutely destroy me if I don't kill them. So,
Yep.
see what I can do about that. Go get him, Gremlin. Yeah.
Oh, nice shot.
All right, I have 2 AP, so we're going to start with Stilton Splatter.
One down.
Probably one more Stilton Splatter. Yeah. And then,
All down.
yeah, she's about to absolutely destroy Molly, though, so we're going to quickly scorch her. All right. Decap her, Molly.
Take that.
All right, and then just a good old let's go for a good old mind melt.
Whoa,
What?
whoa, 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 whoa.
This is far too unjolly for my taste. You won. Noel scuttles away with it. You haven't seen the last of me, or some such cliche. All right. Property of WGCR, keep out. Amidst all the garbage strewn about, you find a shiny 7/8-inch combination wrench with CW printed on the side. Charles Rich. That's strange. Obviously, this belongs to Charles, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy who'd lose one of his tools carelessly, or the kind of guy who'd leave trash around his campsite. Look around more carefully and discover weird tracks in the mud. Big, clawed bipedal tracks. Maybe Gatorman tracks? And there's a spot where some kind of scuffle clearly happened. Oh, jeez. Well, that tears it. Charles Wallace must have gotten kidnapped by Gatormen. Maybe you dropped the wrench on purpose to attract your attention? Hopefully you can find him soon. Or we just, I will take the thingy. Shadow one. Ooh, that's a good one. Go on my armor up by 3.
Yep.
Thematic Ichor. 7 muscle for that. Just need one more muscle. I don't have any food or potion effects on me at the moment, so we can start with one. What I got for food? Muscle and Moxie by 1 could be good. Damage by 7, Moxie by 1, damage drops, item enemy drops. Muscle Mysticality 1, Mysticality Moxie 1. Maybe go Muscle Mysticality. Which was this one? I'm burrited. Those bricks were there to cover up the fact that this brick was missing. The lamest conspiracy ever. It is disappointing.
Yeah. Anything in that hole?
Not that I can see.
Well,
That's just kind of was there. Oh. What's going on here, gentlemen? A couple pieces of tape stuck to one of the bricks there. 2 holes you opened in the walls are letting swamp water in and also out again. You might expect them to cancel each other out, but I guess not. Fluid dynamics are a mystery to me. Okay, so now there's like swamp water on the ground here. There's some guys out here looking stoic and cool. And also a Gatorman with more than the usual allotment of tea. Hi, who are you guys?
we are the radio technicians.
Hey, are you standing here in the dark?
Why not? It is radio. There is nothing to see.
Oh, you got me there. That machinery looks weird.
Are you speaking of the battery units that appear to be powered by? Your line.
No, I think I heard most of what you said, but I was making sure you were
Oh.
done because you completely drained away at the end there. So yeah, that's strange, right?
Speaking of the battery units that appear to be powered by outer space or some form of negative energy or something like that.
Yeah, that's strange, right?
They are not standard issue. It is true.
So what?
I cannot tell you any more about them.
Oh. So what's this stuff for?
Always with the questions.
Right, I have a curious nature.
I will not reveal to you our employer's plans
Their plans to.
to use this equipment to broadcast her voice across the country once she has assumed full control of the government.
Oh, please.
No, stop asking.
Ah, shut. Hey, about this water.
What about it?
I just wanted to point out that it isn't stagnant. It's flowing from one side of the room to the other.
Running water? One of our very common weaknesses.
Water burning? Irony terrible! The vampires make for the door, but get in each other's way and dissolve into ash that is quickly washed away. They were vampires? Got Rufus' gadget there. Apparently this machine is powered by evil, or at least weird. Well, those guys sharing one bed. Wait, why isn't it common? I got a glowy lightning ball thing. Carefully pocket the zappy orb thingamajig. Nice. I got a jewelry case. There's a to-do list here with a single entry. Guard the radio equipment. To erase the checkmark. Got a styptic pencil. Gauze pad. Then we can flush another toilet for 40 experience. I'm so experienced at flushing toilets. Alright, get the Rufus' gadget on there. So it's emitting a different series of beeps than it was emitting before. Just to be it in here. I don't see any hobo writing or anything else to interact with.
Nope.
Ooh. That done and sorted. Next up, the mob submarine, do you think?
Yeah, probably. Just work our way from top to bottom.
Find a little cluster of veiny, muscular-looking cattails. You know your plants, which you do. That means they're chock full of strong, sinewy fibers. Powerful grit. Mob submarine here. Ooh, hobo no. The code reads disappointing lack of sandwiches inside. Oh, well, forewarned is forearmed. Straightening your eyes, but the chart either is slightly too far away, or the submarine is slightly too dark, or some combination of those two factors. Years of study have taught you how to deliberately damage your eyes in order to learn things. Those years of study finally pay off as the text on the chart reveals itself. Torpedo tube pressure 19 psi. That'll probably come in handy. You can see why the darkness is submarine. Way the submarine reflects the darkness inside all of us.
Doesn't seem very dark, but there are roots.
Yeah. Back half of the submarine is blocked by an impenetrable tangle of roots. Must have used their extra steam to do laundry. I got a mildewy sailor's hat. Or a melee weapon attack. Oh, Russian clogs. Oh dear. New shoes. You know what it's time for.
Yep.
There we go.
Hop, 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 hip, hop, hop, hop. Ho, hee, ho, hee, ho.
There's the control panel. It's a big dial labeled internal pressure. Turn the dial. 19?
Mm-hmm.
Open that. Open the torpedo tube to recover the mob's shipment of booze. Periscope. Device we're looking for. We're looking at guys named Perry. No Perry's on the horizon today, Captain. Open the hatch to discover the lower deck is completely flooded. Need some kind of breathing apparatus if you want to go down there.
Don't we have something like that?
I would have thought if we did, it would have automatically equipped.
What about the sailor's hat?
That's just a hat.
Okay.
Most items, maybe. We'll have to try and remember that. Need a breathing apparatus of some sort. Largemouth bass and sons.
Yes, get an eyeful of those two palookas over there.
Mist. Molly points out the two burly men dressed in leather and furs, burying the body of a dead gatorman. Well, instead of the swampy ground, they're less burying it, more just covering it in mud. I look at surprise as Molly saunters over nonchalantly.
What's the dope, Bruno? You fitting the lizard with a Chicago overcoat?
Uh-oh. No, doll, it ain't like that.
Ain't it? My peepers ain't. Ah, geez, Buck, come look at this.
Take a closer look at the body of the gator man before it disappears into the mud. He's dressed in some kind of uniform with official-looking cap and epaulettes, and a big canvas bag.
These two monks must have gone and the mail. People that'll bring the cement down on you like a brick.
No, look, we didn't.
Tell it to Sweeney. But don't flip your wig, sugar. We ain't pigeons. We won't rat you boys out to the flatties.
I appreciate that, miss. We've set up something of a trading post here for leather goods and the like, if that tickles your. Two men retreat into the clearing while you confer with Molly.
Ooh, a leather store. Let's go and have a look-see.
Leather jackets aren't exactly in style.
Maybe not, Buck. But a gator-themed handbag is always the Ritz.
Oh, have you not seen a Gatorman yet? Sorry, it's hard to keep track. These are the guys Jessica mentioned, and they're pretty much what you'd expect from the name Gatormen. They're intelligent, upright walking alligators that have tough, scaly skin, lots of teeth, pet attitudes about everything that they aren't already eating, and they especially hate intruders, and they're the second biggest reason that this swamp isn't a popular tourist destination. First being it's a swamp. Leather Brothers up there. That's a lot of guns.
Mm-hmm.
State your business. Hear about the missing children? Tom and Kathy, yeah, that's a sad song. Need to talk to, I guess either Mr. Chapman or Tracy about that. But I wouldn't let either of them know you've been speaking to the other bosses talking to you. What goes on at this place? Largemouth bass and sons. There's largemouth bass. Sons. Want the bosses speak to one another? Between you and me and 3,600 largemouth bass, Mr. Chapman and Tracy haven't been on speaking terms since Mr. Chapman was snubbed at the Academy Awards a few years back. Academy Awards, sorry. They tolerate each other only because they both perform a function vital to this business, which is Mr. Tracy debones the fish and Mr. Chapman rebones them. Only then are the fish ready for sale to market. Are you saying you take out the fish's bones and put them back in? It's tradition. For generations, the Chapman has deboned the bass, and Tracy rebones them. That unique process is what gives our base its distinct bass. They keep saying base, and I don't know. What do you think happened to the kids? That's me. That's what I just did. And they ran off. This life isn't for everyone. Tom and Kathy, they never had the makings of a largemouth bass deboner or reboner. All right, well, that's all the guards have to say, apparently. Sign identifies these waters as a site of historical importance. Oh, we have another date to go check at the journalist thing, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Louisville is the birthplace of the largest mouth Luke. Ace Bass present at the signing of Declaration of Independence. He returned to his home waters to die, but his body was never found. This Gaspato reflects a gloomy face. Talk to the puddle of the man. The man, please. What's the matter with you?
She left me.
Who left you?
Amphibious truck.
Oh, so not a person?
No, I'm more interested in amphibious trucks.
What happened to your truck?
Our truck. It's the company truck. We used to take the fish to market. A couple of nights ago, I forgot to fill her up before bed, and that must have really ticked her off, because the next morning she was gone. No note, nothing.
Guessing this truck is sentient?
It's funny. I wouldn't have thought so, but I can't see any other explanation for it running off the way it has.
Did it have anything to do with the missing kids?
Tom and Kathy? You'd have to talk to Mr. Chapman or Mr. Tracy about that.
Maybe they took the truck?
I don't know. Seems like a stretch.
When did the children go missing?
Same day as the truck, but I think that's probably a coincidence.
How far could someone have gone in the truck?
With the gas left in her? Couldn't have gone further than 100 miles.
100 miles. Okay.
Fisherman lingo. I mean 11.
So what's this puddle here?
Just the gas I never gave her that night. It's here now in our special place, waiting for her, waiting for her to come home.
Is it working?
Obviously, you can see that it has not.
Missing truck, huh? That's a shame.
She'll be back. She has to come back. She'll run out of gas otherwise. And then where will she be?
Yeah, probably wherever she ran out of gas. Can I talk to the puddle? Oh, okay. Something fishy going on in there. Ooh, go fishing.
I hope you're not planning to sticking that rod in there. Largemouth Bass and Sons have the exclusive license to fish these waters.
Is there any way I can fish here?
No, Largemouth Bass and Son has fishing rights.
Fishing might makes fishing right. Hmm.
That attitude might get in places at smallmouth bass nephews, but we run things differently here.
Okay, fine. Are the shotguns keeping you out or something else in? Who cares? I'm going inside.
Emptied to magnify the misfortune of my stolen daughter.
Idea who did this?
I have my suspicions, yes.
Did this happen?
3 nights ago. I'm still in shock. I can't even muster the strength to close the safe.
I can do that for you. It's not that hard.
Would you?
Sure.
Looking for something?
What's back here?
Crew quarters. Off limits.
Live here?
Where the fish live, we live.
You're not close enough to read this. I absolutely am. Academy of Fresh Saltwater Gamefish, fresh and saltwater gamefish. Certificate of nomination for award. Be it known that Adam Tracy was nominated for an Academy Award of Merit for outstanding achievement, best deboning phase. Fast. I'm gonna,
Pass.
I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't mean to, but probably because I somewhat recently got a bass guitar, but where my brain is. The knife of the deboner doth still, though the knife of the deboner doth still shape largemouth bass, and the world through our action there are legion who do not believe this and would tear down thy work. Book of Garrett. All right.
It's the mess through there.
Oh, I don't mind.
I don't mean it's messy. I'm saying it's the room where we have meals. It's that type of mess.
I thought they only really used that term in the armed force.
You don't consider fishing to be an armed forces? What do you think we'd use to hold the rods?
I don't know, your legs? Don't be dead. All right, there we go. Greetings. As a mariner, do you hate being stuck behind a desk?
Excuse me, I make 6 figures a year behind this desk. And mind your manners. You're addressing Adam Tracy, Chief Deboning Officer at Largemouth Bass and Sons. Are you here about Kathy?
I saw some posters about missing children.
That's right. 3 nights ago, Kathy disappeared, along with all her clothes and possessions. The contents of that safe there, and the company truck. Oh, and the Chapman kid.
Like she might have run away from home?
I'll excuse the remark as you don't know my Kathy, but suffice it to say, that's impossible. Kathy loves largemouth bass almost as much as assuming preordinated roles in multi-generational family business. No, Kathy would not simply leave home. There is a much simpler explanation. Occam's gator,
Comes here.
a monstrous gatorman, centuries old, 10 feet tall if he's an inch, with scales as blue as the deepest ocean. He has 2 tails as sharp as razors, and he is not afraid to shave you. His appetites are insatiable. He'll strike at night and gobble up our fish, guns, tax residues, and whatever. And now I fear my Cathy. I don't know what we did to provoke his ire, but that beast has bullied and bothered our business since my grandfather was in toddler pants. I sometimes think the swamp itself has summoned him up to be our tormentor.
Comes Gator ate Kathy?
You have to understand, for decades, Occam's Gator has been the sole author of this business's misfortune. Could he eat a child? Absolutely. That's his MO, or monstrous operandi.
Occam's ate Kathy, aren't we too late?
Not necessarily. Occam's only handicap is his glacially slow digestion. Go ask Sylvester, a guard of ours. He was swallowed up by Occam but by stripping off in his belly and greasing his body in Occam's own fat, he was able to slither up and out of Occam's jaws while the great beast slept.
Okay, where can I find Sylvester?
I don't know. We had to terminate him for attempting to unionize.
Occam's Gator sounds made up.
There's nothing made up about a giant blue gator man who eats guns. One of our guards actually saw Occam's, even took a shot at him, but conventional weapons have no effect.
Are you saying you haven't seen Occam's Gator?
I've seen the destruction he's wrought. I've certainly seen that.
Is there a finder's fee? If I find her.
300 meat in my grandfather's fishing rod. But I'm running the show, all right. Not Chapman. I know he's got a missing boy too, but you just can't involve a reboner in an operation like this. They're far too emotional. If you're dealing with me, you keep him out of it.
How about throwing in fishing rig?
You've got your eyes on our largemouth bass, eh? I'll give you 10 minutes alone with the fish. How about that? No questions asked.
What's so special about this fishing rod?
What's special about it? It can catch things that your scientists would say are impossible to find in water. How about that?
So it doesn't catch fish?
Yes, fish, but also impossible things.
Deal.
Good. Now, Peter, our guard by the front gate, was the last to see Occam's gator in the sickening flesh. Peter chased him off our property to a revolting little hamlet, but I dare not enter myself. I'll mark it on your map. I'm convinced that's where you'll find Occam's and inside Occam's Cathy. Now
On my
bring
way.
her home. You hear me?
I'm now going to go make a deal with the other guy to find his kid. Some bucket is inscribed, a stranger is just a chum you haven't met. Bucket is secured to the floor.
Rather decorative.
Come inside.
This is the very first batch of chum ever made by Largemouth Bass and Sons back in the summer of 1803. It reminds us of our humble beginnings.
Oh. Champagne for my real chums, real pain for my sham chums. Chum pain for my real chums, real pain for my chum chums.
Put the cat.
I was working on it. I was trying to get around the chum buckets.
What lies beyond that door is only for fishermen.
Is it?
Fish.
Here.
No.
Cat avoids your touch. You get the sense that only true loyalty to the fisherman's cause will overcome his suspicions. Unfortunate. Lo, with the reboning knife of righteousness has a complete base bass been formed. Book of Karas. Let's see. This must be the mess, right?
It is. But we proudly serve reboned fish, just the way we like it. I don't want to see you slipping any bones out of that fish, you hear?
Uh, Definitely won't see that. What's back here? Your quarters?
And how would you know that?
That's where Mr. Tracy has his. The two of you are more similar than you'd like to admit.
Back off, Freud.
One side?
Into our family's private quarters? I'd sooner let a dogfish loose in my socks.
That's something you do? Rarely.
Rarely.
Hello there. I wonder, do you ever wish you'd had a glorious death at
Ho ho! Many a sea creature has tried to give me one, pal. But before they can get their teeth into me, I've reboned them 6 ways to Sontag.
That's a wad of chewing tobacco out the door. Which, that's a good shot.
Guy Chapman, Chief Reboning Officer, Largemouth Bass and Sons. And you must be Galgarian, the one I hear is thrown in his lot with that woeful deboner next door. Oh, surprised to know your name? Well, the largemouth bass have ears.
I've not told anyone here my name. Let's talk about your son.
I'm not sure I want to discuss my son with the Confederate of Kathy Tracy, that Jezebel of a deboner's daughter. She's a delinquent sorceress who never cared to Walt Whitman for what we do here in largemouth bass. And she led my Tom into the belly of the Occam's gator.
Malcolm Gator. I've heard of him. Chapman's cheeks darkened to the murky hue of a humpback anglerfish.
As long as there's been a largemouth bass and sons, there's been an Occam's gator to our great misfortune. I'd venture that there's no creature of land or sea quite so terrible. 12 feet tall he is, red as a furnace, with smoke billowing from his nostrils. He and his rapacious appetites are a plague to our business. You eat everything we've got, largemouth bass, everything. He keeps me up at night, wondering what we did to deserve him. It's a sin against the land to both debone and rebone a fish. Perhaps, perhaps. But dang it, that's what gives our fish its tang, zing, sorry.
Being a little sexist, don't you think?
Not remotely. I'm not saying anything about her gender at all. I'm saying that she may have got my boy eaten by a gator man.
But when you throw words like visible, that's a little loaded.
Is it? Well, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm willing to change, but you have to be patient with me, all right? I'm old fashioned, and I can't keep up with all these new ideas your generation has. Gender, penicillin.
How is Kathy responsible?
Well, the arrogance of youth. Kathy Tracy never thought she had anything to fear from Occam's gator. She didn't respect him. Several times I caught her attempting to summon the beast by shouting his name 3 times in a mirror, directly into the mouth of a bat. It was always going to end directly with her and Occam's belly. I just didn't think my Tom would be fool enough to go along with her.
Think Tom could have run away on his own?
Absolutely not. Tom's a third generation bass boy, proud and true. But just last month he said, I'm excited about my future rebooting largemouth bass, Dad. Does that sound like the words of a boy with 1 foot out the door? No. There's a simpler explanation. The siren song of Cassie Tracy, who lures good men into the bellies of gators.
That's all I wanted to ask about your son.
That's all I wanted to answer.
Looking for someone myself. Charles Wallace.
Is he a fish?
No.
Then I'm not the person to ask. I'm a fisherman, friend. My bag is fish. You're looking for a human. You want to be asking some sort of human fisherman.
Or a human fisherman. His expression turned sour. Now that you've poked a hole in his premise, he has lost interest in the conversation.
Okay, I don't know where your friend is, all right?
All right. That might be it for now. Yeah, there's the Gateman Hamlet. What?
Talk to Pete, the guard who saw him.
Maybe
I don't know which one is Pete.
I can talk to that guy. Or the guy who lost his truck. What do you know about Occam's Gator? Oh, that's fake. Is? Yeah, that's a legend. Old Basswife's tale. Sometimes things go missing in the business either run of bad luck, and folks want a deeper explanation for it. But I can tell you that nobody here has ever laid eyes on a giant gatorman. Bosses can't even agree on what he's supposed to look like. But didn't kidnap these kids? I really doubt it. Boss says you saw him. Did you ever tell your boss what they wanted to hear? There's gators in these parts, all right, but I have to scare them off the property on an almost daily basis. But I ain't never seen any sort of Occam's Gator. No, sir. Sounds pretty scary. As do all fairy tales. Make them any more real. What's this about a guard who got eaten by Occam's Gator? The Sylvester didn't get eaten by anybody. Told him to say that because the only excuse the bosses would accept for a 2-hour lunch break. You know about largest mouth Luke? I seen him, you know. Yeah? He's not dead like they say. How long can largemouth bass live? Normally only 20 years or so. But largest mouth Luke is a special fish. Someday I'll see him again. Alrighty. So the guards say Occam's Gator isn't real.
Right.
Oh look, there's a big shiny treasure chest on the tussock over there. What's a tussock? Like a big clump of grass or a small hill. That's not really the important part here. How about that treasure chest? Are you sure that's what a tussock is? I thought that was a cassock. What? No, that's the thing the priests wear, like a close-fitting robe. Oh, you're thinking of a Cossack. This is a cassock. Not a Cossack, that's a 17th century Eastern European cavalry soldier. I think you mean cavalry? Alright, that's it. I'm done. Forget the chest. There's no chest anymore. Just get on to the next thing. Leathers Brothers. Nothing is there. Is there this monk-like serenity? Hunter's beans, a veritable hill of beans. It amounts to a hill of beans, I guess. It's empty, only made of genuine leather. It does not contain genuine leather. The ambiguity is clear now, and the person responsible for the original description has been sacked. That's the second Monty Python reference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Careful, about tan your hide. Right. Let's go over this guy first. Hi there. Looks like you've set up quite the trading post here as well. The other man shakes his head.
Paul can't speak.
Can't or won't?
Don't.
How did you become mute, Paul?
Now that's a very personal question.
All right.
It ain't a problem. It's just a hobby of mine to make observations on the nature of questions. Basically, Paul lost his tongue in a poker game.
That's awful.
Back home, we play our strip poker, high stakes, not at all.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Say about the dead gator? Swear I didn't know he was a mailman. Never intentionally hunt a mailman. What's wrong with killing a mailman? Listen to yourself. Can tell you ain't a hunter, all right. Most any species is fair game for hunting, but mailmen are protected by international treaty. Last hunter I know who wanted a mailman got pulled up by the International Criminal Court, mailed to Mars. You okay? Obviously you ain't okay. Don't joke with me. That's the nightmare scenario for a hunter. Mailed to Mars? Sends shivers down my spine, it does. I never accused you of killing a mailman. Nah, crap. Me and my big mouth. He was in my way, you understand? I had no idea he was a mailman. Never would have touched a mailman if I'd known. My brother, he had nothing to do with it, understand? I swear it. Who are you? Me. Ain't much to my story. I'm a hunter, named John Leathers. Can't tell from the accent, I'm from Albion. As a toddler, I hunted small game like mosquitoes and gnats. Moved on to foxes and voles and such as I grew up. I like the game over here, but I got my eye on the greatest hunt of all. What's that? Big picture. I'd like to build a ladder to heaven so I can hunt the dinosaurs. That's more of a 5 to 10 year plan, though. I don't think that's how either ladders or heaven works, but I guess it's good to have a dream. Would it be more practical to build a time machine? Now that's just ridiculous. John wipes his brow with the blade. Never been asked so many questions before. You can talk the talk, all right, but what about hunting the hunt? I got work needs doing. I ain't going out while they're searching the swamp for the sod who killed their mailman. Find me, I'm dead. You don't have to be a Leatherman to know which way the wind blows. So what are you asking me exactly? Working on something real important. Got a project. For that I need 5 gator hides. You know a place you might find them. Scoped it out myself. Couldn't be easier unless it was from a smaller number of gator hides. What's this project you're talking about? So fast. You know I can trust. How are you? Why? I like what you busted egg. Told you weren't that. I was looking forward to eating that egg all day. Dinner time, I only went and bloody dropped it. Sorry for your loss. Alrighty, so got Mudgehenge, the Gatorman Hamlet, the Gatorman Village. Or I can just wander around a little bit. I'll just wander around. Flash of light cuts through the trees. The flare passes, and then you see it, poking its head out above the canopy. A telescope. I've had the telescope ever since you were a young boy. You press your nose to the window of the telescope shop for hours, until the proprietor would run out and threaten you to pain your glutes with a tripod. And I still want a telescope. Waited long enough. Go and get your telescope. Sure. Put a telescope in a treehouse. Bald cypress, so tough and tall, it's no surprise some fellow has chosen to make of it a tree home. Hello? Hey, mister, why don't you keep walking, huh? This here's Will Hunter's treehouse, and the rules is tain't no grown-ups allowed. Who are you? Will Hunter, I said. What's up there? Oh, tain't nothing, tain't anything, I swear it. You don't want to see anyways. I want to use the telescope you've got there. Afraid that telescope's the property of Will Hunter, same as my licorice collection. You mean licorice? No, licorice. Wouldn't be called licorice because it ain't made of rice. It's called licorice because you lick it. I'm saving mine up so as I can lick it all I want. How long have you been saving your licorice? Oh, reckon it's been a few months. It's okay to wait a few months on licorice as long as the refrigerator good and proper. Have you refrigerated it? So I'm packing with some ice, so I reckon so. What's your story, Will? Ain't much to tell. Ain't all that interesting, mister. I swear, not to city folks like you, anyways. I'm not city folk. Ever seen a pig birth? Yes. Bet you ain't seen half as many as me, though. How many pig births have you seen? Well, I reckon about 70, sir. What are you doing in the swamp? Oh, nothing special. Same thing every boy gets up to, I reckon. Know what that is? I ain't telling anyways. No adult ever been in Will Hunter's Creek house. Now you're fixing to break that. Not for nothing. Enough of this. It's time to clasp your robust limbs around the trunk of the wet, shedding cypress and Timmy. I am. Private treehouse. Stop or I'll take you till you can't stand up. Why, there's no way up in the treehouse at all. Only the large and sagging features of a human face sunk into the tree's very trunk. Sure that I can't be young Will Hunter. Oh, well, I reckon now tain't no keeping you from seeing my plight. I've been wicked, mister. What happened to you? Ain't much to tell. It can't possibly be true. The great tree sighs, shedding scraps of bark to drift to the treehouse floor. Will you ever hear of a doctor? Do you know what that is? Yes, I know what a doctor is. Heck, what do you want to be so mean for? I reckon most you people go and ask, they couldn't tell you one thing about what a doctor does. I only ever met one doctor, Dr. Weiss. Lived on the same street as my step-aunt. It was one morning, paid me 6 bits to paint his fence, and, well, heck, I swear I was fixing to do it, mister. But I heard there was an interesting trout down the side of the river. A little wider than average, but not very wide, just the way Will Hunter likes. How can a boy resist? Are you asking me? I'm telling you, mister, Will Hunter couldn't resist a gander or a trout, and any boy who says he could is lying. Anyway, Doc Weiss, you weren't real pleased to teach me unless he went and cursed me to be a tree. How did this doctor turn you into a tree? Don't ask Will Hunter how. All I know is doctors, they got all kinds of powerful tools. Tweezers, height chart, could have used anything. What lesson are you supposed to learn from this? How to paint fences if I says I'm fixing to? Well, that doctor told me I'd be a tree till I could make good by painting a bunch of fences all around town. Hard enough for me to do that like this, I can tell you. I could do that for you. Oh, Mr. Paint Fences, you wouldn't want to do that. Sure. Wood picks up and snaps off a few weak twigs, but Will doesn't seem to mind. Hey, that's real swell. Thanks a lot, mister. That doc occurs me in a nice white picket fence. He says something like, Will Hunter's got to paint 3 more fences just like this or he'll be a tree forever. Paint 3 fences. Got it. You can get my paints and brush out of my knapsack. I just hand it to you, but I am a tree. Is there a ladder you can put down? I suppose I can. Tain't ladder the way you and I know it, though. But this part of the tree that I can sort of waggle around. We're still a boy. I reckon you'd say it's like my fingers or nostrils. Will Hunter extends his long, arborescent fingers and/or nostrils through the hole in the treehouse back to the swamp floor. It'll climb down those nostrils now. All right. Got Will's paint and brush. Take care of those, will you?
Yay, paintbrush.
Those long-handled brushes belong to a grandfather. Or grandfather? I think so. Distance of everything you see through the telescope in the distance. Plume of black smoke rises above the treetops. The swamp has failed to elect a pope this night. When he reaches a certain age, the boy loses his enthusiasm for hoarding rocks in a treehouse. This is called the death of innocence. See nothing out of the ordinary. Rivers run around the trunks of trees, crawdads and crawmoms make love upon the rocks, and the duck is impaled on the beak of a heron. Here in the swamp is a day like any other. The circle of life turns on and on. So to uncurse Will Hunter here, we have to go paint 3 picket fences white.
Gotcha.
Go check out that plume of smoke. Here's a grisly sight. The carcass of some kind of swamp animal covered in huge ticks. Oh no, wait. Some of them are buzzing around in the air. They actually wasp? Well, it turns out both things can be true. They're tick wasps. They're notable for being the only insect that can stab you with both ends. Uh-huh.
Well, that didn't do much.
It sure did.
Wow.
And they can heal themselves.
There you go. Get them.
Got one of them.
Yep. That was a little better.
Yeah. Well, fewer targets to spread out the damage.
Yeah.
Armstrong missile. Yeah. Got the wasp clasp. And some extra blood. Some of it is almost certainly yours. Alright. DNS. Largemouth Bass and Sons.
Yep.
Not the truck. Eat the engine. Oh, that engine is cooked. Okay. You can't eat something just because it's cooked. It's far too large to heat. It's just not possible. It'd kill you to even try. Turning yourself against the overbearing heat, you wrench open the cowl and peer through the smoke, only to find that someone has beaten you to it. The engine has already been eaten. Next chance I get, I'm eating an engine. The truck has been abandoned for some time. There's nobody inside unless they are very small and hiding. Are they small and hiding? No. Search the seats. Newspaper left on the passenger seat is open to the classified page. Circled are the advertisements for Mr. Rhett's Hotel for Working Women and the Docks. You don't need it. It's yesterday's news. Search under the seats. The gas tank is located underneath the driver's seat, which has the advantage of lowering the truck's center of gravity. The gas tank is empty, which has the disadvantage of the truck not working. Also notice a tiny glint of metal. The key. Alright, so I have a key for doesn't anything on the truck?
I mean, to drive the truck.
No. Maybe, but I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, want to run for a second, see if I find anything. You find the arm of a traveling salesman sticking on the ground. Given the condition of the arm, it seems like the body it's attached to must have been down there for quite some time. Might still be extremely chaotic. Interesting. Every time you try and dig, the hole immediately fills up with water. You decide to just use the shovel to press the arm down below the surface and call it a day. Let's go to Mudhenge. You hear a commotion, or perhaps a tussle, or a good old-fashioned ruckus nearby. Investigating, you find that several vampires have Gatorade pinned to the ground and trying to appear to vampirize him.
Hold still, will you?
His neck is
His
all...
neck is so scaly and tough. Did somebody bring a drill or caliper or something?
Hey, leave that Gatorman alone. I won't stand for you vampires going around inflicting your undeadness or disease or whatever it is on innocent people.
I think it is a disease. We aren't undeads. Not like that zombie or skeleton, anyway. That last encounter was killed decades ago.
Hey, stop that.
Yeah, don't walk with your mouth, talk with your mouth full.
I mean, stop biting that guy.
Mind the business. He volunteered anyway. I'm finished.
Hey, what? Really? Drink blood. Power big. Gatorman stands up with a terrible red glow in his eyes.
Drink blood. Kill busybody.
Ah, jeez. I want to gun some people down here. Oh, that's fine. Every time the Gatorman gets hit, he gets +3 to all stats.
Yeah. I'll hit him last.
Yeah, well, need to do crowd control. I could probably finish him off so that it won't matter, but
Okay. Okay, cool. Shoot him.
no. Barbecue him. Yes. You want to see what Molly's response to that's going to be? What?
Exploded her knee.
I got some condensed swamp cast. Gremlin's got a little stronger. Got some meat. Got gator tooth. Welcome to Mudhenge. Mission to meat. Eyeless Joe. Someone's going to lose their job at the fence factory. Very clean booth for such a muddy henge.
Welcome to Mudhenge.
Welcome? What is this place?
Friend, it is Mudhenge.
What's that?
It's one of the area's most popular henges. Folks travel from all over to see this mysterious mud.
I've heard of Stonehenge. Is it like that?
I don't see the comparison.
We don't?
Look, we could talk for hours about Stonehenge. Stonehenge is big, Stonehenge is strong. I've gone over all this. So, with respect, what I'm interested in talking about is Mudhead, which is a formidable monument in its own right, and so much more than a first draft of Stonehenge, as they sometimes say in the name magazines.
So special about Mudhenge.
Special? Well, during the swamp solstice, it's said that the needle of a compass placed on the celestial altar, central altar, will point.
When is the swamp solstice?
If you're in a swamp, it's pretty much always the swamp solstice.
What is Secret West?
I'm no mystician, but Secret West is the direction in which lies the thing your heart is most missing. And it's said that a compass laid on the altar of Mudhenge during this swamp bin solstice will point to Secret West. That was the object of the Mudhenge challenge. But of course, we don't run the challenge anymore. Too hard. Too many missing presumed deads.
What does that mean? The thing your heart is most missing.
Well, it's kind of up to you. Up to your heart, that is. Could be a secret crush, that new job, maybe just a piece of bread.
You could say my heart is missing Charles right now.
Charles, is that your secret crush?
You're my secret.
Sir, I'm married.
Looking for someone. Charles Wallace. About my height, similar build.
Another missing person?
Sure.
I don't mean to upset you. Mudhenge could be difficult. Some folks have a habit of walking into Mudhenge and never coming out. That's why we don't promise to promote the Mudhenge challenge anymore.
Sound like a challenge. That sounds sort of like murder.
But it's the very real risk of going missing that makes Mudhenge such a popular destination for tourists.
First of all, still missing?
Oh, sure. Folks get their thrills in different ways, but in the end, we all get them. Me, I like to make earrings out of live scorpions.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, you get it.
I'd like to visit Mudhenge.
Well, and why wouldn't you? It's the best and most mysterious henge this side of the border. The mission is to meet.
What border?
I believe it's all of them.
Oh, I'll pay the two. Well, I got
I
the
knew
history of Mudhenge.
I wouldn't be able to come all this way without seeing the famous Mudhenge. Here's a pamphlet that goes over just about everything we know about the history of this ancient monument.
King Charles?
Sorry, couldn't tell you. Folks don't always leave a name when they visit.
Guest book?
Used to. Then one night it wandered into the Mudhenge. Never came back.
Right?
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hobo code back there.
There's no gate.
That's what I was looking for. Little is known about the history of Mudhenge. All right.
Alrighty.
Ooh. Weird.
Uh-oh. Now where are you?
Teleporting around, it appears. Crown Mary's crown is buried past the hued tower. Okay. Same thing? Yep. All right. Head over to the east.
Which is east.
Zooming this way. Ha. Crazy Gatorman appeared out of nowhere to champion the bit to make sure you're in nowhere 5 minutes from now. Clean your clock. Come here. Oh, we don't have Molly buttons.
Where's Molly?
We lost Molly.
Ow, me brain. Ow, me brain. Oh, Hotfoot.
Gatorman rallies for another round, but a hand rises from the swamp and drags him down screaming. That's probably fine.
Ah!
There's a complete change of clothes in the sack and a black embossed card sticking out of the back pants pocket. John Mary's crown is buried past the huge tower. Phrase on ice, you read it twice. The nudist's creed. Nothing is worn, everything is visible. All right. It's your size anyway. All right. There we go. What is this? There's an old boxcar nearby that the railroad company abandoned when it sank into the swamp. Burn down, fall over, and then sink into the swamp?
Not yet. They're still working on that one.
Okay. I have no idea if these are like. There we go.
It goes in a
Oh,
cycle, I think. It got away.
good. Done that one. Now looping into the same. Oh, hey, yeah, dang.
They go in a cycle. You just kind of going around.
Okay, and each door is taking me to. Each door takes me to the same room if I go through that door.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. For Hey, there's what? Oh, dang it!
Is that Molly?
Yeah,
That wasn't Molly.
no, it was.
Thought she had dark hair.
I think so. That one made a different noise when I walked through it. Okay, I do have to walk through them in a certain order, I think. So that one first, I'm guessing. That one. I don't know if you can hear it, but it makes a very slightly different noise.
Not really.
There's like a little drum beat as well as the teleporter sound. Ooh, hello. That's different. Hello, we've met before, haven't we?
When we meet, it is not me.
Behind the boxcar, do you remember?
It is not much time. This to help. This to help you go where you are going.
For the bus? I don't need that anymore. I got enough gas in the bus. More than enough, actually. Sorry.
I come to give help. I come from far away. I come at great personal cost.
That's nice, but I don't have to fill up a bus in quite some time. All right. Not bad. Hmm. Yeah. This one. Trying to get like any sort of hit at all. Now there's like little sparkly glowy things around the two that I've been through. It resets when I go through the wrong one.
Sparkly glowy things.
It's kind of hard to see, but there's little tiny round dots that are kind of you can kind of see them around the front door a little better than the one in the back there. There's like little pale dots floating in the air.
Oh, okay, I see them now.
Yeah. But if I go through the wrong door, they're gone. But I've been through all of these doors and it doesn't make a difference. Hey, Molly. Hi, Molly.
Try following the dots.
Well, the dots aren't there now. Dots only show
Yeah.
up when I go in through the door. Like, I go here. So now there are dots around that door, meaning I
Okay,
went through the right one. So now I go through here, and now there are dots around both the doors.
Okay.
But I've tried all three, and it's just not the right door.
Do the dots not appear around the one you just went through?
No. Let's see if I do this. They're going to be around both doors now. Let's have to do this one twice. Yep. Okay, there are still dots around this door. Okay, so it is left, center, left. Then try them again. Oh, all right. That didn't reset the dots when I. Oh, oh, okay. That's how I got that. Okay, so huh. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a pattern to remember. All right. So left, center, right. Oh, all right. Left, center, left, center, right. that wasn't it. All right. Okay, left, center, right, center, right. Left, center, right. Back to the right. Oh, okay. Center. Left.
Right.
No, okay. Left, center,
Okay.
left,
Left.
center,
Center.
right, center. I'm still
Right.
trying to figure out the one after that. Right,
Right.
center. Now I'm trying to figure out the one after that.
It's right.
I don't think so. Oh, maybe, okay. So left, center, right.
You haven't used those other two at all.
I know, but every time I try, it's wrong. Oh, all right.
So
Left,
left, center,
center, left,
left,
center,
right,
right, center,
center,
right.
right.
Now I'll try this other one over here. Oh, okay, okay. So upright. So left, center, right, upright.
Yep.
And right? Nope. Okay. I was trying to think it's like kept looping back on itself, but it's not doing that. All right.
Right. Yeah.
Left, center,
Center,
left,
left,
center,
center, right,
right, center,
center, right,
right, then
and then
upright,
upright. Yep.
and then up left. Okay, okay, here we go. This is different. We did it. Oh, bleh. that was a thing. All right. In the heart of the henge, 4 new druids flock around the altar in an unchoreographed ritual. One look at you and they just absolutely lose it. Gnashing and wailing, it's clear your presence here constitutes some kind of affront. You're not welcome here. Where you are welcome, it's where they'll put you is 6 feet under. I have no objection to nudism, but I will fight you. That might be Molly. That looks like Molly, sort of. Oh, that's just the bloodthirsty nudist. All right. Well, has some Stilton splatter. Hocus Roquefortis. Abracadabra. Not a fan of any of
Molly wear
these.
glasses?
I think so.
Hmm. Oak. Dancy dance.
Yeah.
I didn't do much.
Yeah, well, he reduced all our stats by 8, so.
Ah.
There we go. There we go. Jason, the 4 nudists scatter, each to a separate corner of the earth. Alright. At last, the non-literal beating heart of Mudhedge. You draw near, the needle on your compass spins wildly. Of course, as the guy outside told you, the compass placed on this ardor will point towards the secret west, where the thing that your heart most desires makes this place far, far superior to Stonehenge, where the most that'll happen is your compass. It happens that a badger might eat it. Yes, Charles? Yeah. The needle spins smoothly clockwise until it doesn't. Seized by a queer magnetic force, the tremulous needle twitches violently between the cardinal and non-ecclesiastical directions. A horrible, upsetting sight, and feels like a mercy killing when, with a gasp of inexplicable breath, the needle falls still, head pointing towards the west-north arch.
West, north. That's
The up left one, I think.
west.
I think it's this one. Nope. There we go. Okay. Well, this is quite another henge altogether. Mist and mud henge departed. You now stand before the great husk of an antebellum riverboat, grounded upon the swampy shore. The compass bends next to point urgently towards the boat's top deck. I don't know how a compass needle can contort itself like that, but it's very unpleasant to watch. Unhinged must have brought you here for a purpose. Charles is here. Forge ahead with low to moderate purpose.
Longer fellow. Or the logger flow.
Campsite is similar to the previous one. A lot of Gateman tracks, a lot of discarded trash. These Gateman sure are slobs. Charles' other wrench.
You only got two?
Apparently. Crusty roll. One man's trash is another's crusty roll. Quote Shakespeare, if you believe he even wrote those plays. Fine for nature will clean the shipwreck, but this plant doesn't have to look so happy about it. Fight for your right to make metal stuff. I still don't have Molly. That's mildly concerning.
I don't suppose you have to go back and get her, do you?
Don't know how I can.
Splat.
Gremlin mosquito grows stronger. Glittering prizes lured these rubbernecking stink bugs and bees to this gloomy ruin. Beat it, bugs! All peaceful efforts to fail battle stations. Oh! That's a lot of poison. I don't like that. That might be a good opportunity for explosive of some sort. Oh, I don't seem to have any more area of effect things, so sense damage, poison for 10, poison for 10.
Can you heal the gremlin? Or relieve the poison or something? Okay.
So I'm just going to prevent myself from getting poisoned for 10. So here we go. Or at least one of them. Poisoned by the other one.
Ow.
Oh, Gremlin's still alive. Hey, that probably saved my life, actually.
Yep. Good old gremlin. You lived.
That's some swamp honey. And I got some meat. A little bit of meat. And will we look at that? Nobody tells me what to look at. The only other thing in the trunk is a magazine about model trains. Those bugs got their little bite marks all over its pages. Funny, those creatures may look different, but they like a model train just the same as you. Yes, something to think about the next time I play with my trains.
Hut, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha, ha.
Team, we got a combination locked. Big old. Oh,
Paddle wheel.
a great wooden wheel is in the final stage of wheel death. Upon its smokes, you can make out a message scrawled in blood or red mud. 10, And we are all broken up upon thine wheel. You can dream of no greater horror than a smushed prow. Best time eel and oh, fuse. There we go. Discard the necrotic fuse and swap in a new one. Replacement fuse is snug in its new bed, the transmission of which you had caught only in garbled fragments now makes itself clear.
And be that it, have ye finally fixed that infernal machine? Will ye nod once if ye can hear me?
Not once.
Praise be to the seas and the creatures in thee. Fine work, landlubber. Do you mind if I call you landlubber?
Take your head now.
No, you don't want me to call you that? Landlubber it must be then, till we can make the proper introductions. Speaking of which, this is Captain Dan of the riverboat Longfellow, and it gives me no pleasure to report that mine vessel has run aground here in the fiendish and soggy fen I call Davy Swamp's Locker. We few survivors be trapped up here in the wheelhouse.
What happened here? Oh, you shrug in a very general way.
Wondering about all this, are ye? Well, the longer fellow is a pleasure paddler. We paddle the east coast and show the passengers the time of their lives. This last sail, a sparkling black cloud, otherworldly it was, hurled us off in course and into this violent bog. Pleasure paddle fast turned into pain paddle, as our vessel were overrun by creatures and nasties. Only 5 souls in mine remain of the voyage, trapped up here in the wheelhouse for, well, for how long only in the boat gods know.
5 souls with Charles among them? Where did he find time for a riverboat cruise? Ask if Charles is here. Through mine, you attempt to capture the essence of Charles.
Never was one for Charles Landlubber, but if I'm understanding you correctly, the answer is no. A jellyfish shall not have sex before marriage.
Nothing for it. You have to press on. Or not, you could stop all this right now and go do something else. That's cool. Now that's an idea. Make the shapes of a wheel and a house with your hands and then shrug.
Know ye the parts of a boat, Landlubber? 2 levels above you be the main deck, and there you'll find the captain and his wheel. Not on a boat might be higher than the captain.
How does he know where you are?
If you're wondering how I know where you're aboard, Landlubber, I have me bendy telescope to thank. Not much for us to do trapped up here in the wheelhouse, but hold the bendy telescope and look through the bendy telescope.
I'm the handing out of mail and packages. That's what you do. You're a helpful person.
Ye didn't ask for this, I know, and you must feel like the unluckiest landlubber in the world. But there be 5 innocent souls in the wheelhouse with me, blocked by broken pipes and spewing scalding hot steam. Will you help us?
You solemnly commit yourself to the task.
I ask that ye enter the most private boat of boat parts, the hull where the wildlife has done defilement most foul to our steam pipes. Funny be it not that the same steam that gave life to this boat also took it from most of the passengers. I think we're only beginning to understand the nature and whims of steam, but that be a mystery for another day. The code to the hall door be the birthday of the Longfellow, January 4th, 1845. But there'll be a catch, and I aren't talking about what we used to haul up for Friday lunch, crabs and such. We don't use standard or international date formats for locks. Wouldn't be caught dead doing that. No, we use maritime basic. Year, month, day.
That'd be 45004 or 14. 450014.
It would be one no, years 45, 45,
0104, so it'd
45,
be 0014.
14, 1414.
Maybe 1414. Does that
Yeah, it's
be
month, day.
November 11th?
It says year, month, day.
Right. So each
45,
individual.
45, 1414.
Well, no, because the digit of month would be 01 for January, right?
Possibly.
So that's, and then the digit of day would be 04. So that's what I'm
45,
saying.
45,
0,
01, 04, 01, 04.
except it's month, day. So 0014.
Month is 01. Day is 04. So
Right.
01, 04, 01, 04.
But it specifies year, which would be 4, 5.
Yeah, so 45, 45, 01, 04, 01, 04.
Maybe that's a lot of digits, though. I don't know.
Yes, it is.
I,
Well, let's go find out what the thing looks like. So
yeah,
we'll
I'm gonna
figure out what
guess
it means.
450014.
Or 1845000104.
Yeah. Okay. So 450014. There we go.
How do you get that from month to month day?
Because it split up the month, like it mushed them together. So the digit for year was 4, 5, and it specified 2 times year. So 4, 5. Then it went month, day. So 0 skip day 1, then 0 skip day 4.
Okay, I didn't see that in the writing, so I don't know how you got that. So go ahead.
It made sense in my brain. Close it with the shadow pliers. And mine in their own bug's nest. It can make the trouble, or a lone needle governs this gauge. Its machinations unknown. The gauge has no controls and nothing that can be used. Laundry facilities, including this hand-operated washing machine, are kept well below deck. Guess don't want to see how the sausage is washed. I got an unglorious tiara. Oh, okay. Got deckhands pants. What a deckhand wears on their deck legs. You can't wear them because you have regular legs. Note is taped up in the cabinet. Sailors, Poseidos, and Poseidus and Poseidons. Poseidu, remember your date formats. Standard, month, day, year. Local, month, day, year, month. Sure. Radio, year, month, day, month, year. International, day, month, year. Maritime Basic, year, month, day. Maritime Plus is Maritime Basic reverse. So, day, month, year, just backwards. Maritime Minus is day, month, year, month. And then Deckhand Basic is day, year, month, year, month. Sure. Uh, Let that jot down somewhere. Like,
I don't have a notepad.
I have index cards. I just don't know if I have anything to write with.
Poke a hole in your finger.
Or I'll just take a picture with my phone.
There you go.
One of the two. All right. What is the best part of the boat? The starboard. What is a sailor's favorite joke? Land. Okay. Hit it 2 more times. Get the steam diverted away from the thing, theoretically. Or not. There we go. That actually kind of mattered where I hit it. So wait, that one was circled. When I hit it there? Wow. Holy crap. I know I stopped it there before. I did it completely on
Yeah.
accident, though.
Is there steam coming out of the pipe now?
The
There's still
steam
steam
is,
coming out of that one.
yeah, which is fine. That's acceptable because that's not blocking me off of anything. So.
Okay.
Hors d'oeuvres, saffron crab on a cracker, soup crab on a cracker, eggs, seasoned crab eggs, fish crab on a napkin, poultry, chicken a la crab, salad, leaf dressed crab with salad, dessert crab cream and cheese crab cream.
A confession, friend. Really would I but rarely would I put me trust in a landlubber. But to come this far, you've proved you have the true heart of a sailor.
Yes, I keep it in a jar.
Once again, I can't hear you, friend. But I hope you weren't joking about keeping the heart of a sailor in a jar or something similar. Captain Daniel likes to laugh as much as any skippy. Uh, but there's something no man or beast should ever joke over, and that's a sailor's death. I think we can all agree on this.
I'll nod vaguely.
But I'm afraid I must tell you that we have a new problem. You may have dealt with the steam pipes, but now we be locked in the wheelhouse. Expect you'll find the door key in the crow's nest. You know how crows be.
You know how crows be.
Now, please hurry. Some of the passengers in here be getting hungry, and I don't mean for a nibble in the Mandy telescope.
Okay. Leaving unattended bags on the deck. Is now beside do or beside don't? That's beside don't. And they got a battery. That's a big crow.
The big crow.
It's a very big crow. But having said that, Martha, the boat has taken a sharp and sickening turn into a black and shimmering tear in the sky itself. I fear we're heading for land with unsafe speed. Grateful if you can call your father and rescue me from this impending unpleasantness. I will let this letter, well, we'll get this letter away to you promptly. I'm sure the swamps have mailboxes. 3 outhouses, all alike in dignity. Note on the side of the structure says the standard combination doesn't work. Did Deckhand Pat lock these up again? Osen CC David. Stench armor there. I can get stench armor. Hey, Pam, what's going on, man? Have pants that were stench armor?
Yep. Maintenance coveralls?
No, those were
Trash soaked pants.
those were. It's going all right. We're trying to sort out some puzzles here. That's meat drops.
Huh.
Mysticality, muscle, physical armor. Add sleeves armor. Oh, I can search the pockets. Here we go. Can a river run without a single deckhand on board? I was supposed to find out. Claude Joseph got in a terrible spat with a new captain and jumped ship to crew the trawler of a passing lobster man. Andrews, it turns out, embellished his qualifications and isn't a trained deckhand at all. I'm already feeling the strain. Had to lock up the outhouses by myself. Usually a 3-man job. Suffice it to say, this will make a real mess of my whole summer. Tuesday, 020476. I will set sail today. I won't continue keeping this diary. I only thought to buy one sheet of paper. Okay, so that was in Deckhand Basic. So day is 04. Year is 27, and then month is 06. So June 4th, 27.
1927?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't have pants that are going to give me any stench armor. Shoes won't. Food, I've got some food. Let me check my potions. Do 3 there. Hot armor by 5. Have a hat. There's some. There we go. My bench armor. Bench armor is 5. I only need one more, so I can drink that one potion. Myself like a good amount of shadow wine. Okay. Ooh, I got the sailor's cap, so cold armor. Mr. H. Longerfellow. Longfellow Riverboat Company, stop. Hope you well, stop. Requesting permission to mutiny, stop. Captain ordering ship into storm, stop. Says passengers will love it, stop. Crew plans to mutiny anyway, just hope you not mad, be mad with us, stop. Don't need to use outhouses right now, which is fortunate as the 2 unlocked doors contain not toilets but rat tails. Examine it. It has lightly across the roof and can make out a carpenter's mark, the initials VH. That stands for Valley Hardware Versatile Hog. If you admit the Versatile Hog yet, you don't want any part of that. You don't want any part of that at all. Okay. So I just need to put in what that code was. It was June.
Okay.
It was June 4th, 27. Backward was.
Put it in deckhand code.
Yeah, I was doing that.
Yeah.
So 0. Year was 2. Month 0. Day 4. Year 7. Nope. 20476, that's what I put in. Do I need to like undo it and put it in normal? 60427. Oh.
Just put it in the way he wrote it down.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Because it was 020476. That's 2047.
Okay. So what if you put that in backwards?
Why backwards?
Yeah.
Then why backwards?
Just because deckhand reversed is one of the things they listed.
It was maritime reversed was one of the things listed, which is maritime plus. Oh wait, maybe this crow will let us know what we need to put it in here. Hang on. Oh, none of that. All right. 020376. Nope, didn't like that. All right. Maybe I need to put it in the local time date thing.
What are the list of those different time things again?
Standard, local, radio, international, maritime basic, maritime plus, maritime minus, deckhand basic. And it's in deckhand basic here.
Okay, are you sure it's in deckhand basic?
Yes.
Okay.
22047s. Because that's what oh, whoops. What those? That's gonna be 020476. So that's the deckhand basic there. Unless it needs to be, I don't know. So, there was like a whole thing there, Pam, that you missed about like how all these different dates are organized and how they're all listed in weird orders and that sort of thing. So we're just trying to sort it out.
Uncode it.
Yeah. So on 020376, he did do it solo. But we tried that one. So that doesn't work. So maybe we need to uncode that one. 020376. Yeah, didn't like that. Would be 7. So that'd be day, month, year. By month, day, year. Oh.
Okay. You're barking up a slightly wrong branch of the tree.
Okay. Am I coming from a wrong source of information, or
The wrong date you're putting in.
okay? So it needs to be today's date,
No.
or what was the date the captain gave?
It was the date of the launching of the longer fellow.
Oh, which that was. Where was that?
January 4th, 1845.
Translate that into maritime or deckhand basic. Be 0 4 0 4 5 1. There we go. All right. Lock slips in the door, shattering from the deck into 1,000 tiny pieces. Inside the stall is a ruined toilet, which knows no surprise. On the back of the door is something quite unexpected. Step from the outhouse into a beautiful day. The sky is blue and bright, the glistening deck freshly swabbed, and the passengers hale, hearty, and freshly swabbed. You exist in a moment of joy, a frozen tear on a warm cheek. Cool beans. I'm going to change my gear before I forget. Back to creepy mushroom cap. Hands need to be. Mr. Longfellow. Pencil in hand. Longfellow, yeah. Pencil in hand, the passenger muses over his missive. Letter in progress. Oh, Martha, I was never fit to be a husband so long as my mind was cursed to generate my great ideas. For example, if we twist the cow differently, might we not produce not milk, but cheese? I must be free of our marriage if I am to pursue this notion. Thus this clears up why I dove out of the car so suddenly. Simply through.
Fine cruise, sir.
Who are you?
Who am I? I am multitude, sir. To one, I am one thing. To another, another. To some, I'm a riverboat passenger. To others, a countess of the city of clocks.
Nice crown.
Chara.
Where'd you get it?
It was gifted to me by a scientist that sacrificed his heart for a city that had stopped breathing.
City is that?
It is dead and buried, let it remain thus.
Seem interesting.
Indeed, I bear many curses.
Can I have the tiara?
I am sure you can possess it, but I do not believe I can ever be had by anyone.
How much for the tiara?
It has a price, yes. 100 meat.
What if I show you this ruined tiara?
I have looked upon my bones before, and I expect I shall again.
Look, this boat is gonna crash.
Yes, I think you should not be here when it does.
Okay, fine, I'll buy the tiara. I got a glorious tiara. Mysticality, moxie, and physical armor. I like that. Abdicates the tiara without ceremony.
This is a purchase by you of a city from his final countess.
I will defend it with my life. Ready? I have a much longer boat than this at home.
Friend, there's no access to the promenade right now. The stewards are tastily arranging lunch, and the slightest disturbance could throw off the youth's tastefulness.
Transform into a crow in the future?
Hope not. Left my crow phase behind in my 20s, like any lad.
I think this boat's gonna crash.
The travel is perfectly safe, I assure you. Statistically, it's more dangerous to ride a motorcycle into the ocean.
I have to stop this boat.
Stop the boat? The captain wouldn't hear of it. He took his charter to show all his guests the time of their lives, and that's just what he means to do.
What do you make of Captain Dan?
The captain's disciplined, all right, and no mistake. I like that joke that Dan stands for disciplined and no mistake.
That's a joke you like to make.
Correcto.
Oh, goodbye.
Good cruise to you.
Alrighty. Well,
Can you go upstairs?
not with him in the way.
What the downstairs?
Not with them in the way.
Ooh. What about the speaker?
I think maybe I just needed to get this tiara for the crow.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. Crows like shiny things, you know.
Uh,
Oh, here we go. The dreadful crow perks right up as you exit through the outhouse. And that beak's good for one thing, it's sniffing out sparkling tiaras. With great agitation, he flaps his giant wings and leaps off the deck right at you. Like a king's sickly second cousin, he wants the crown, and he's gonna take his shot. I want to keep that tiara. It's my tiara now. And I got a jaunty feather.
add it to a hat.
Yeah. Even potentially add it to my hat.
What's it do?
And 3 range damage. But
That's red. Yeah.
creepy mushroom cap is giving me mysticality and magical weapon attacks. Tara was mysticality, oxy, physical arm. That's better, I think. So we're gonna beef this hat up. Comfy creature mushroom cap. Blah, blah, blah. Oh. 2 linings might make it so comfortable that you'd immediately go to sleep when you put it on. Keep that bad boy up. So taped up, comfy, creepy mushroom cap is what I've got right now.
All right.
Should I put the jaunty feather on there just to really like put literally the feather in the cap?
Yeah.
Bam. Would you like to call it macaroni? No, how about lasagna? Now my hat is just named lasagna. All right, that's quite the hat I have here. Oh wait, I can add some spooky armor to the hat. Eldritch, I now have Eldritch lasagna on my head.
Yeah. Of course. Perfect. For a caster of mystical things. Cheese.
I am a cheese wizard.
Yes.
The giant and ghoulish crow asserts unchallenged dominion over the boat's top deck, and he rules not through love but fear. For what is scarier than a crow? I'm gonna pop him on the beak.
Yes. Yes. Breathe it in.
Breathe deeply. Or whatever it was that the GLA would say in Command and Conquer Generals. I don't know if you remember that one. You cut out there. I didn't catch that.
Barely.
Honestly, like it's not the most popular Command and Conquer, but it's probably my favorite.
Is that the one with Tim Curry in the ship?
No, that's Red Alert 2, where he wants to go to space.
Yes.
Which that's a great clip, but
Well, I mean, Tim Curry everywhere is funny.
yeah. Well, I don't, I don't know how much he was trying to be funny there. Just like him trying to do a Russian accent and say the word space, you know.
Yeah.
8 impressions of words are left on this wood as if someone wrote a letter at this table without first putting something beneath the paper. Very rude to do if the table is not yours. Though the new and very serious captain has not even met us yet, he has already made a big stink about my having one beer while we were on charter. I have a mind to jump ship and take this little table with me because I own it, and so it's fine for me to write here without anything between the paper and the surface. Ooh, I got a wheelhouse key. Oh, that crow took a dive. Did you see that?
It's coming after you. Oh, there's another one.
Summon a third one. I got a longer fellow ring. Ring of this longer fellowship. It makes me longer. I am in fact longer.
Wait, you're gonna have to reorder your coffin now.
I know. Okay. Back to regular size. I will scare him to death. What's that? A human out scaring a crow? If you could figure out a way to do it, then let the rest of us know, would you? You'd be the first in the history of world. I will turn my eyes terrifying. The crow's dark feathers run white, and with the last vestiges of his strength, he abandons the deck and the communal nest. I will shatter his mind. Honk a sound that makes all music sour. Crow staggers overboard, grasping at his last scraps of sanity like a sudden stare in a bathing suit. This power of yours is one to be used responsibly. No, it's not. No marks on this table surface. If anyone used this to write, they put something underneath the paper, which is commendable etiquette, but not helpful to your reconstruction of the historical record. I will fright the bird. Words of a tricksy crow frightener is spreading fast along the boat. Soon the myth itself will evolve its own life and thoughts. Take 17 muscles to smile. Use 100.
It's okay.
Oh, here we go. The whole swamp is now fertilized, and it hatches with the mutterings of the man who gobbles up the courage of crows, like so much country stew. So mythic is this figure, nobody would believe you that you, a mortal, is he, unless you show them. Open the third eye in your bicep. The first farmer to stick a scarecrow in his wheat fields was never really satisfied with his creation. Sure, it worked, but it didn't look like what he'd seen in his mind. The thing he saw those thousands of years ago was you, in this moment. You are the scarecrow. You have always been the scarecrow. Yes. Mount for binoculars. So with the binoculars missing, the opportunities for sightseeing are minimal. Also, you're in a swamp. A few feet out from the railroad carcass, a frog is fighting off a heron with a whip. Rarely are afforded such a close-up view of nature. Skeleton hiding in the apple barrel, bobbling alongside a few apple skeletons. Compass is going wild. Charles must be inside. This is the wheelhouse, not the window house. Wheelhouse key has come wheel home. He's a robot.
He's a merry robot.
Creaks reach your ears before the creaker your eyes. Suspended from the ceiling, this boxy thing given motion lurches left, right, and down. Straining at the springs grafted to its back. There is no ship's captain, no passengers, no Charles. This automaton, this creature, is the only living thing in the wheelhouse, if you call that living. Captain Dan?
By every sailor with outer space even than chomping by the chitinous beak of a frightful cellar. I can only guess that the boat's being on land has imbued you with extra powers, allowing you to make it this far.
Was I not supposed to rescue you from the wheelhouse?
I'm afraid you've been a passenger on the riverboat, Rose. Weren't me that needed saving from the steam, the crows and the bugs, but ye needed killing by them.
Harsh?
A machine I be, landlubber, made to follow instructions. Me instructions were to captain this riverboat and show all those aboard the time of their lives. The time of their lives, you see. Time meaning beginning, middle, and end. To fulfill me task with letters, I had no choice but to ram the riverboat into a monstrous swamp and terminate every living soul aboard.
Right. Some questions.
Water away. That's how we say fire away at sea.
Was my friend Charles ever here?
Here, a landman in me wheelhouse? Never.
I wonder why Mudhenge sent me here.
Mudhenge? You be thinking of Stonehenge, Latimer.
Why'd you have to try and kill me? I'm not a passenger.
Aye, you be all right, fair Latimer. Arr, only teasing. But me instructions require me to show all aboard the time of me life. And so once you boarded me craft, you became me responsibility. Really, I'd say your quibble is with the writers of me instructions, and not with me.
So you'll just kill everyone who comes across this boat.
Can't promise it, but yar, I'll give it the old college try. Old watercolors, that is.
I'm starting to doubt your command of nautical knowledge.
Doubt me command, do you? Mutinous talk. Shut your land lips.
Logic is a little strained.
You're whispering land lies, lad. Uh, what you believe to be faulty reason is mere misfires in your rotting brain. To me, a perfectly correct creature of logic, a model sailor, to boot, what I've done as captain is be not just logical, but very, very good and smart.
You know you've misinterpreted time of your life.
Misinterpret? The only miss I know, landlubber, is that powerful mistress we sailors call the ocean. I be a sailor, you know.
You were a sailor. You'd know your Poseidons and Poseidons.
Aye, what of it? I hardly need a lecture on me Poseidons from a land leech.
Killing your passengers and crew is, to me, a big Poseidon. Captain Dan dangles uncomfortably from his rod grafts. Even I, a landlubber, know that. Captain Dan's wooden noggin starts to spin like an owl in a merry-go-round. Do you know less about the sea than a landlubber? Captain Dan's limbs spin and spin, threatening to overheat until instead he whimpers into non-existence. He feared you the most, and always did. For all his faults of logic, he fancied himself a sailor to his wooden bones. It is a tenet of nautical prophecy that the only thing that can kill a sailor is a man from the land. I got a bendy telescope, look at that. Wasn't all a lie, though. The bendy telescope was real. You leave Dan shattered into wormwood food, his anchor lain in automaton heck. No longer shall he menace land or sea, and this little patch of swampland is safe once again, if not especially desirable to visit or live. I hope you had the time of your life. Take the wheel. Swear into the microphone. Despite the radio's limited broadcasting area, the filthy and unprintable words from your mouth blast a horrible smell across the country. At this exact moment, many, many miles away, a creature's eyes snap open for the first time. The Federal Radio Commission has been born. Compass needle oscillates violently in the presence of this console. Just like that, the needle reverts to its normal function, pointing west. So, Charles was never here, just some electrical interference confused the compass. Would never happen to Stonehenge. Ooh. I assume you mean take it with you, not
Many
take it.
miles away, something crawls from the bottom of a dark Scottish loch. You guys know that song?
I think so.
By the Police. It's called Synchronicity.
Yeah. Ooh, I can look through the bendy telescope. Dan wasn't lying about one thing. You really can see a lot with the aid of a bendy telescope. Including, from this angle, it looks like a disturbed plank under one of the chairs on the main deck. You don't say. One of the chairs, you say? This lodge of the plank. 131 meat. Oh, yeah.
Nice. And you need to spend 3 and you'll be fine.
Yeah. You know, Geddy Lee and Neil Peart show up, start like playing an album in front of me.
Yep.
I see experience I had to spend. 377. I should probably spend some of that.
No.
Do I have any books to read? Books. Freeze mud meat drops. I can choose not to be cold. That'll give me sleaze armor. Okay, so meat drops, cold armor, sleaze armor, or I do him.
By the ball.
Almost.
Yeah.
We'll just start raising my stats here. Muscle. We'll go with Moxie because I have plenty of mysticality for now. Go. And the +1 AP is.
Yeah.
Alright. Right here then. Off to the sunken boxcar.
Well, there's the Gatorman Village and the Gatorman Hamlet too.
Yeah, I'm kind of deliberately avoiding those because I'm pretty sure that's where Charles is going to end up being. So I want to do other stuff first. Distant frog sounds become less distant frog sounds since you find yourself very close to a lot of frogs. Well, check that out.
Bog, bog.
Oh, hey, Buck. Finally, okay. So we got Molly back, and no, she does not have glasses. I thought she did. All right, I'm in anyway. Everything has predictably fallen off this table. Poetry books are all full of slant rhymes. The diagonal hobo, although I suppose from your perspective he looks normal. Oh, hi, sorry, didn't know that anyone was living here. I suppose it's not being surprised by that.
That's quite all right. I'm Pepperbridge Dolphin. Welcome to my humble abode.
Thanks, I'm Galgarian. Nice boxcar you've got there, apart from it being a little steep.
Steep? Oh, yes. You know I've grown so accustomed to the tilt, I hardly notice anymore. Apart when I try to play marbles.
Your game must be really going downhill.
Yes, quite.
Your accent is quite different from most hobos I've met.
Well, my family is from old money, you see.
How old?
Old enough that it all turned to dust. All that remains is a rambling old manor house that I can't afford to maintain. So I decided this would be a splendid opportunity to expand my horizons.
The horizon is typically a bit more level. Why are you living in a boxcar in a swamp?
Well, to be honest, it's been difficult to part with the old estate. This is as far as I've been able to get before homesickness becomes overwhelming.
Oh, how bittersweet.
Indeed. I wonder, could you spare the time to help me? I could be done with the place if I had the proper souvenir, specifically my father's collection of antique padlocks.
And you can't get them yourself because of the memories?
It's more a lack of memories. I've forgotten where the keys are.
Sure, I'll help you.
Thank you. There are 11 locks altogether.
Except they won't actually be all together, will they?
I'm afraid not, no. Here, I'll mark the location of the house on your. Is this a sponge?
The Dolphin House.
There's also something I should tell you about the house.
Oh, good. Here it comes.
I just wanted to let you know there aren't any ghosts haunting the property.
There aren't any?
That's correct, not to one. My family never suffered any violent or traumatic death.
Something you felt you had to warn me about?
Not really a warning as such. I just thought you might like to know.
Well, okay, thanks. Alrighty, well, that's the Dolphin House up there. Or we can go check out the Frog Bog. Find an old medicine show wagon overturned in the swamp. Most of its contents have long since hazardously dissolved in the local ecosystem, but there's probably some stuff left. Gauze pad, Worth's finest tooth wax, mercury eye drops, and activated charcoal briquette. That's quite the haul. Alright, the Frog Bog. Frogs of all shapes, sizes, and sorts over here. Oh, the frogs are talking?
Oh, hey.
You clear your throat. There was a frog in it. Haha. Maybe don't use that joke when talking to the frogs. Hello, frogs. Humans,
Humans.
not human.
Humans.
Human frogs.
Rivet frogs.
You're saying you're humans, not frogs. Yes, right. Right. Got it. Cool, fantastic. You know what it would be like to be trapped in a frog's body. After a few seconds, you stop thinking about it because you don't like thinking about things that fill you with a harrowing existential angst. How did this happen? Quarry, ancient cave, statue, curse. Not hard to understand with everybody talking at once. Why are you all talking? Share mind. So they all share one mind. Actually, you can't think of any significant consequences of what you just learned. You try to remember the last time you interacted with a specific frog as an individual, and it was, uh-oh, at biology class. Probably best not to bring that up. Tiny green object flies out of its mouth and sinks into the water. Roll up your sleeve and plunge your hand in the nasty water. Your fingers find a hard object, which turns out to be, wow, shiny. Getting emerald. What should I do with this? A second frog approaches and belches up a soggy piece of paper. Instead to just look at it instead of touching it with your hand. It may be a shipping label from a nearby quarry. All good luck. Good luck. Well, that's a thing.
That was different.
Want to go do that?
Yeah.
All right. Time quarry. Here we go. As you're on your way to the quarry those talking frogs wanted you to go to, you stop to consider how strange the situation you've gotten yourself into is. Started out of your reverie by a smell of smoke. Stumbled upon a recently abandoned campsite. Maybe there's a clue towards where Charles went. Oh, okay, I gotta go over there. All right. It's another Gateman camp, all right, and there's 4 more wrenches here. A 31 32-inch, a 63 64th one, a 127 128 one, and a 255 226 one. Charles must carry one heck of a toolbox. The wrenches are laid out in the shape of an arrow pointing towards a nearby hill. On the top of the hill, you can see some sort of fort in the distance, apparently hammered together out of rusty scrap metal. That's got to be where the Gatorman took them. Grab all the wrenches and combine them with the other ones he dropped to complete the set. All right, cool. So now I know where Charles actually is. So we can go other places. Oh, there's a frog who's been turned into a dude. This might like a strange weapon, but do you know anything about a curse?
Ribbit.
Your attitude says no, but your everything else says yes.
Ribbit.
Middle of the door. Drive efficiently. Excess gas will be deducted from your paycheck. Management. And doesn't look very happy to be a frog, or the other way around, or whatever. Hi there.
Ribbit.
Sue, you look like a fancy guy.
Ribbit.
Basically won the frog lottery, huh?
Ribbit.
Alrighty then. All books on management. Titles like Shaking the Invisible Hand, You Deserve More, How to Get Blood Out of the Turnips You Hire. Painting of a safe. Push the painting aside and find, surprise, a safe. Fortunately, the key type safe, and you don't have the key. Not that the combination lock would have been much better, but you could have twiddled the dial and hoped to get lucky. Oh, got a gun and a quarry hall mess key, or Ham Quarry mess hall key. Blah. Personnel files for everybody who's ever worked at this quarry. Give the file a quick rifle through. They tend to be very thin. People who were hired and then quit real fast. There's only a handful of current records, and they are very interesting. I will look up myself. What? You don't work here? I still don't really believe you when you work at the gas station or that restaurant. You flip through folders, and holy crap, there you are! What the heck? Yeah, I get it right. Oh, I didn't actually get anything out of that. Dang.
Yeah. Hat.
An intimidating Stetson. Hustle and Moxie. All right.
It should go lower with my rivet sound.
People swarming with flies. Got so hungry they started eating the cabinet doors. Got junk mail and a match. Warm something up to room temperature. That's true. Lady seems real nervous about something, although the way she's hopping around the floor makes it difficult to judge her body language in a regular way. Hi, ma'am.
Ribbit.
Can you tell me, can you communicate to me in some way anything about a curse?
Ribbit.
Oh, geez, please don't do that thing with your neck.
Ribbit.
Ooh. Shoot the radio to WGCR and hold the Rufus's gadget up to it. The thing clicks a few times and the needle on it goes up to 1. Restore the radio to the way you found it, making your mom proud. Hopefully he's watching and seems real agitated. Better leave those lockers alone. There's only one bed. That S on the bunk sign must have been a typo. It has been converted into a very uncomfortable bed. Lamp is dried up. Mm-hmm. Judging from the smell and the thick lot of flies, this is not a good place for a good time. Let's not go back there unless you have a really good reason. A crude but large statue of a frog. Looks gold.
D&D first edition, the player's handbook.
Kind of, yeah. Except that was demon, not frog, but I can see where you're coming from on that one.
Yep. Hey, don't touch that.
Yeah, we're talking man.
That's right. I'm a human man and not a frog at all.
I have reason to believe that you're actually a frog in a man's body somehow.
Well, it's my body now, and I'm keeping it. I don't need any dry-skinned leg walkers coming in here and holy pop, you've got the missing eye.
Big Emerald? Yeah, I was just noticing it looks an awful like that other one.
Okay, I absolutely need you to step away from the statue. Right hopping now.
You don't want me to fix it? Looks pretty important.
It is very important. It's an ancient idol of the frog god. And when the humans blasphemed against it by removing that eye, this particular human right here, I might add, they were cursed with the great croaking one's righteous fury.
Oh, that's why all the people here are in the frogs in that bog nearby.
Yeah, you guessed it. It's the old Freaky Friday routine.
I don't know what that means.
Forget about it. The point is, the humans did the crime, so now it's the frog's time to shine.
And if I put the eye back?
If you put the eye back, it undoes the curse. Yeah. Oh, hop. I maybe shouldn't have told you that.
Those frogs, people, really want their bodies back.
Well, so hopping what? Hop 'em.
Jeez, man.
Look, take your inherent pro-human bias into account and consider the justice of the situation, okay? These people come rolling in here with their machines and stuff tear up our land, and stuff tear up our land, spill oil and gasoline everywhere. Then they find this ancient religious icon, and the first thing they do is try to loot it. Those aren't good people, and they got what was coming.
Well, what should I do? I don't want to be a frog.
Nah, don't worry about that. It won't curse you. What it'll do is make the original curse permanent. No takebacks, no do-overs. That's justice, tadpole.
Hmm.
Tell you what, I'll sweeten the deal. You can keep the emeralds. Heck, I'll make a necklace for you. You like necklaces? I'm still getting used to having a neck myself.
Well, hmm. What do we do? Do we leave the curse there? Do we uncurse him? What do you think?
I don't know. Do we still have our other guest?
Pem might still be in chat. I haven't seen him in
Hey,
a
you
second,
still
but
in chat? Can you answer us here? What should we do?
what do you think? Should we permanently curse the frog human swap, uncurse the frog human swap, or just walk away?
Or should we lie about it? What happened?
I tabbed out for a second,
Oh, okay.
which cuts out the audio.
Uh,
Uh, I kind of want to fix it, but just because the frogs in the human bodies seem kind of distressed, honestly.
yeah.
Them back to go back to being frogs. No deal. I want to fix this.
Well, considering that I haven't really figured out how to work these fists yet, I can't do much to stop you either way. But I'm warning you, if you put that eye back, you're gonna find yourself on the wrong side of history, pal.
Huh? Return the missing eye. Hmm. Yeah.
No, don't.
Look at the missing emerald back into the statue. Both eyes flash with a brilliant green light, and then dim again.
No, no, hop you. My brain feels slimy.
Hey, are you you the original you?
Yeah, I'm the human guy. My name's Roger. Thanks for your help. I think I would have gone crazy if I'd been trapped as a frog for much longer. Although I guess there isn't a lot of practical difference between a crazy frog and a sane one.
No problem, Roger. I was happy to help.
If that's still true, we've got another problem.
What's up?
You see, I don't know how much you saw of the situation at the quarry, but it's a really terrible place to work.
It does seem kind of run down.
It doesn't need to be, that's the thing. We turn a good profit, but the foreman refuses to spend any more of that absolute minimum on the facilities and wages. And meanwhile, he's eating caviar for lunch like he's John D. friggin' Rockefeller.
Jeez.
You should have seen his face when I showed him that idol. His tongue hit the floor like a cartoon wolf. He's getting yacht catalogs for in the mail while us that do the actual work gotta take turns sleeping in one bed.
Why don't you quit?
We tried to start a union, but he just called in the Pinkertons to rough us up. If we try to quit, it's the same deal. We can't even just walk out because he watches us like a hawk. We decided to take our chances anyway, though. See that tunnel back there on the left? That comes out past the trees, and if we snuck out at night, he wouldn't spot us. We could be out of here and well on our way to our town by morning.
Planning to cross the swamp at night?
It's not much of a plan, but it's the only one we've got. The only problem is that the tunnel's full of lies. It's some kind of nest.
Yeah, and you need someone to clear out that tunnel for you.
That's about the size of it. and the size of those flies is real big.
Oh,
I'll need you to kill any maggots in there too, so they don't come back.
yeah.
Have you got anything to? We haven't got anything to pay you with, but we'd really appreciate the favor.
Okay.
Gasoline, maybe.
You all right?
I'm really thirsty for some reason, which is weird because water is practically practically the only thing we got to eat around here.
Is it? Please.
Calling it that would be a real stretch, but it's all right. Once your immune system has gotten acclimated,
Uh,
I grew this mustache and I'll filter it.
you all right?
My tongue hurts, and I've got kind of a gross taste in my mouth.
Oh, um,
I've mainly been eating shoe leather though, so it isn't really that new.
well, it might be new in a way.
What?
Oh, nothing. You okay?
Oh, I don't like to complain, but I'm so tired. When I took this job as an office assistant, I never imagined I'd be in charge of all the cleaning and maintenance around the camp as well. And there's so much, and I'm only one person.
Jeez, that's rough.
And now I'm having these weird dreams about frogs. Honestly, it makes me regret giving up laudanum.
Well, hopefully Roger's plan will work out. Well, maybe once they're all gone, I can go check out what's in those lockers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, those are big flies.
they sure are. This part of the wall is bleeding. Great. Molly, you got anything to say there?
Just swell, Buck. You looking to beat your gums?
I hope we don't have to deal with any more of those gatormen.
Ah, they're just palookas. Big dumb boobs like your average mob goon. They ain't hard to handle.
You sound kind of familiar with them?
Yeah, there's a couple in the mob. Not many, 'cause not many of them are savvy enough to follow orders. But we had a hatchet man named Jimmy the Teeth who did real well. So a rival mob caught up with him and sent the Don a suitcase made of his skin with the rest of him still inside it.
All right. These flies are large and aggressive. That's two understatements for the price of one. All right. Gun him down, Molly. Ow.
We'll get him, good one.
Skin my aroma. Presto Swisso. Abracadabra. Hocus monstrocus. You won. No unusually large flies on you. Right. You're going to have to stomp on them and squelch them, basically individually. Going to be super disgusting. Would you like to read a full description of that, or shall we just move on? Let's just skip that part. A wise move. You destroy the pile of maggots with a series of gross noises and unpleasant smells. Now covered in maggot guts. The end. Oh, I got a new hat. Lost a Muscality and Moxie. Oh, I didn't want to put the hat on. Why did I put the hat on? Give me back my other hat. My Eldritch Lasagna. I must wear my Eldritch Lasagna.
How's it? Oh my gosh. Don't come any closer. What are you covered in?
This? Maggot guts.
Thank you for clearing out the tunnel. Please leave the enclosed area space and get some fresh air.
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
I was saying it more for my benefit.
I'll go the escape plan. Are you okay?
Hallucinating you.
I'm real.
The frog thing, though, that was a hallucination, right?
No, that was real too.
You're about to tell me why my shoelaces are really are butterflies. I should warn you. I don't know how I'll react to that.
Maybe you should go get some sleep. Okay, so I can't actually do anything about the escape plan. All right. Let's head over to the Dolphin House. Oh,
For the love of what's wrong with all these stinking mushrooms? I got spores all over me again. Why I oughta
don't shoot them. You'll just get more spores everywhere.
Yeah, but I'll feel better about it. Revenge ain't a solution for every situation, Buck, but it works more often than you'd think.
Look, just wipe the spores off with this handkerchief. Don't get all bent out of shape.
Ah, this never happened when I was working the strongman jobs. Well, except for the time that goblin exploded at me.
Goblin explodes at you, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go.
No, I was actually just gonna, as soon as I got here, I was gonna wrap it up this time.
Okay,
So
cool.
I just wanted to start the next area we were going to explore.
Yep.
So as always, appreciate everyone who shows up and chats and follows. And my guy's got a little jig for you here. We are going to raid out. I actually have a choice of people to raid out to for the first time in a while. So let's do. I think I did Gutty more recent. Current plan is to continue with our probably our like multi-world Nuzlocke thing on Saturday with Iconocats. Monday is going to be back to Monster Hunter, and then hopefully we'll pick this back up next week. So yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Take it easy.